Classic JP and the Beans top 5 alternate universe storylines in comics. I'm going to keep my list limited to what I've read.
Same.
There's a ton, okay, that we haven't read. So
that deserve to be on the list.
So again, this isn't the top 5 what everybody should read. This is the top 5 alternate universe storylines that we've read and that we've enjoyed. So without further ado, Beans, you go
I get to
first. You do. Kick us off.
I get to go first. At number 5, I have Deadpool Kills the Marvel Universe.
Yeah.
Because that is a sadistic version of Deadpool, which is not my Deadpool by any means. But to watch, it's so funny because this villain essentially tries to persuade Wade Wilson to do his bidding. And instead, he just introduced another voice into Wade's head.
Right.
That's like, just kill everything. And he does. And he blows some people up. He cuts some people off. What he does to Wolverine and X-23 is brutal. It is absolutely brutal. So it is, oh my, the X-Men as a whole, the way he kills them, puts most of them in a death maze, and then watches Charles Xavier, makes him watch. And then, because the X-Men are the reason he was sent to the mental hospital where his mind got messed with. Yeah, it's not good. Okay, it's dark. But why I picked this is because it leads into Deadpool versus Deadpool, which is just a magical read.
Right.
Actually, Deadpool Illustrated as well is in the middle of that because that's the same Deadpool, because he realizes, to kill everything and everyone, I have to kill the origin of that. So that whole run, I've talked about it before on here. That right there, Deadpool Kills the Marvel Universe, that version of Wade Wilson is my number 5.
Super fun. Love it. My number 5, a little Frank Miller pull here. So Batman: The Dark Knight Returns, but it also, Mr. Miller turns the story into a trilogy. So it's Batman: The Dark Knight Returns, The Dark Knight Strikes Again, and then finally The Dark Knight: The Master Race. So The Dark Knight Returns is easily the most well-known and well-regarded out of the entire trilogy. And it came out late 80s, and it's portraying Batman essentially in his 60s. So he's retired, Bruce Wayne has, from the mantle. And then, as the title might suggest, he comes back. He returns because, boy, has Gotham City gone to seed. I enjoy this alternate take because it just gets weird. Frankly, it's not just Batman, like what happened to Batman, but it turns into, okay, what about Superman? What about Wonder Woman? What about other members of the Justice League, like Plastic Man, like the Atom, and so on and so forth, the Flash? And it's strange. It's a bit loopy. Frank Miller's a weird dude. But I think it tells a story that's worth engaging with. I think my personal favorite might actually be Dark Knight: The Master Race, because Frank Miller, what he loves to do, he loves to write and draw his own stuff. Andy Kubert steps in, and Kubert is one of my favorite comics artists, and he does a terrific job with The Master Race. And so there you go. That's my number 5. Number 4, and I'm going to be honest, these are all going to be coming out of DC. All right. Therefore, my number 4 is
Bias.
Kingdom Come, 100%. Written by Mark Waid, illustrated by Alex Ross. Another kind of a glimpse into a DC future of what might be or what could be. Superman, Batman, and so on and so forth have all aged either out of or further into their respective personas. Part of what's kind of hilarious is that Superman failed to keep Metropolis as safe as he wanted to, but Batman has Gotham City like locked down. Like the whole world has gone to pot, and they mentioned kind of by the wayside that, actually Gotham City's the safest place on Earth. It's really well taken care of. So that's kind of hilarious. But it's a classic DC story. Very good alternate take. The art of Alex Ross is always a treat. So Kingdom Come, my number 4.
My number 4 is Flashpoint. Now, I'm not talking about that dumb, stupid movie that we got, the Flash movie, the Flashpoint, whatever that movie is, the trash. No, I'm talking about what set up the New 52.
Yep.
Barry Allen going back in time. Thomas Wayne, Batman, badass.
That was fun.
The Reverse Flash's presence throughout the entire book, fantastic. Watching Aquaman and Wonder Woman have a weird fling together and then war. Crazy,
Didn't end well.
right?
Didn't end well.
I remember when Thomas Wayne first comes in and he's like pretty much just threatens to murder somebody immediately, and Flash is like, "Oh, you're not Bruce." So, and then Wally, or not Wally, and then Barry having to pretty much give himself the Speed Force again
Mhm.
for that. Well,
Mhm.
it's tough. It's sad.
Mhm.
Martha Wayne being the Joker, tragic, but
Yeah.
man, and it doesn't like overstay its welcome. Now, in today's world, Flashpoint is blown out of proportion, I think, personally.
Never should have been.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's like now it's propped up a little too high.
Right. Yeah.
So that's where I'm at with it. But yeah, Flashpoint's my number 4.
I love that. Great number 4.
My number 3. Okay, so this isn't really an alternate like comic line.
Sure.
This is an alternate universe.
Yeah.
I have
great.
Earth 3
Mhm.
from DC.
Mhm.
I love Owlman.
Mhm.
I love the idea
Mhm.
of it being
Mhm.
not Bruce Wayne.
Mhm.
It is is it Thomas Wayne Jr.?
Mhm.
Okay, so you have that going on. You have Ultraman, who instead of being scared of kryptonite and weak to kryptonite, he
Straight up
inhales
eats
it like a cocaine addict. Power Woman is weird and crazy, and then literally all the bad guys in that universe are good guys. So you have Lex Luthor leading the charge.
It's a really fun concept.
Yeah, the Red Hood
Mhm.
is the Joker,
Mhm.
actually, and he's up there also leading the charge. So to watch that and then watch the actual, what I think is the coolest part is all those heroes as bad guys, but their power sets are like almost reversed, or they're like, oh, no wonder you're evil. Like Green Lantern in this is what, Power Ring or something?
Yep.
And
Yep.
that the ring,
complete coward.
that
Complete coward.
but the ring drives him crazy,
Yes.
correct?
Yes.
And just like invades his thoughts to where he's just doing evil crap because he doesn't have a choice.
He's just scared to not do it.
And they end up all dying
Mm-hmm.
to the point that's when the new one comes in. It's not like there's 15 of them.
Yep.
It's like, oh, when Hal was shot and killed or whatever, or he killed himself because it's that bad,
Yep.
then the next one stepped in. That's crazy to me. So I have Earth 3 because it's not just an evil version. They gave it enough variety to where they feel like genuinely different characters.
Yeah, it's a great blend of just an inversion of what you would expect. Super fun. My number 3 is the Dark Knights of Steel storyline written by your guy, Tom Taylor.
Tom Taylor is my guy.
As he should be. Like, the dude rushes the alternate universe takes. And this is imagining the Justice League essentially in medieval times. It retells the origins of a handful of those characters as well. So I don't want to spoil it altogether, but you have a lot of, I think, clever reimaginings of your classic DC characters. Characters do die and stay dead, which is, well, what a novel idea in comics. So the stakes are not low, but high. And seeing I think a fresh take on the relationship between Bruce and Kal-El was quite fun in this story as well. So Dark Knights of Steel, and the artwork is just freaking, it's so good. It's so good. Yasmin Putri was our artist for that run. She did the Lord's work. So well done, Yasmin. My number 2 is All-Star Superman by my guy, Grant Morrison, and his frequent collaborator, Frank Quitely. This is a bit unique because this is a standalone Superman story that's not canon. Okay. But Grant Morrison imagines, what if Superman knew he was going to die? So beginning of the story, Superman flies way too close to the sun and essentially gets radiation poisoning. Okay. So he gets really powered up, but he realizes that his cells have been so hyper exposed to sunlight that they're actually starting to break down, and he's just going to die within a relatively short period of time. And so he goes on a series of quests that he wants to accomplish before he passes away. And it's just kind of this beautiful examination of a character that is supposed to be invulnerable, right? And invincible, but is in this very vulnerable state and how it is that he's trying to essentially finish his life well. So really thoughtful take on the Superman character. That's my number 2.
My number 2 is Age of Apocalypse. Should surprise nobody. This is a beautiful, beautiful take. This happens because Charles Xavier's son, Legion, goes back in time and is like, you know what would be really great for the world is if Magneto died. So he goes back and he tries to kill Magneto and instead kills his dad.
What?
And because he kills his dad, that sets off a whole chain of events where now the world is ruled by Apocalypse. Now, Magneto is the leader of the X-Men because of Charles' death. He takes it upon himself to carry on Charles' mission. So Magneto goes down a more heroic path compared to what he did in the past. You have the Summers brothers, Cyclops and Havoc. Their dad is essentially Mr. Sinister. So they are working for Apocalypse, not knowing that they have probably a rough idea of what they're doing is not probably for the good of the cause, but don't know any better. Logan gets his arm chopped off and is running around with a stub. Still has his claws, by the way, but just a stub, and it's hilarious. Him and Jean Grey are hopelessly in love. For some reason, Rogue and Magneto are a couple in this. You have comics. Oh yeah. Colossus is dope in this. He can't. Colossus in this world can't get out of the metal skin, I believe, because if he does, he dies.
Sure.
Can't remember why that is. And so you have Apocalypse, who pretty much has taken some of your favorite heroes and villains, has propped them up, because the thing they have to keep in mind with Apocalypse is it's not just the mutants that he holds in high regard. It is the survival of the fittest. So you are seeing that in real time because that's the world that he runs. Is the weak goodbye. And so to watch him have control, watch Mr. Sinister plant seeds to try to overtake Apocalypse at some point. It's fantastic. Apocalypse is a great villain. I'd love to see him done right and done well. So the Age of Apocalypse, definitely my number 2.
I love that. Your number 1, sir. Take us to the top.
My number 1, again, to the surprise of nobody, is Injustice. All right, look, it is so good. All right, the way that they just kill off people. Superman's turn from the Hope to Dictator is terrifying. It is horrifying. And watching his effect with the rest of the Justice League, because they're like, well, if Superman's doing it, it's got to be the right call. And then you're watching them go through this internal struggle. The Flash, for instance, is a prime example of there's a couple times he thought he should get out and he didn't. Green Lantern turning into a Yellow Lantern and then being responsible for the death of Guy Gardner because he killed Guy himself. Martian Manhunter's off like in the first book. Stupid. Superman killing Shazam is probably the one of the worst deaths in the sense of he just killed a kid. Like he killed a kid and didn't feel too bad about it. Dick Grayson dies. I know these are all spoilers, but the deaths that happen in this are terrible. And it's also interesting to see because
and they hold weight because they're not coming back. They're not getting retconned back into existence.
And the great part is, and I think this is a really cool testament to both of these characters. Superman, yes, responsible for killing his wife and his kid. Batman, you are also watching go through. He's losing his kids too. Dick Grayson, dead. Okay, Jason Todd, as far as he knows at this point, dead. Tim Drake, he gets back in Injustice 2 for 30 seconds, and then Zod lasers him through the chest, kills him. So there's 3.
I'll do it.
And Damian hates him, and he also hates Damian because he believes Damian is responsible for the death of Dick Grayson, and also Damian goes kind of batshit crazy in this story too. So to see that all accumulate and Batman still held to his moral code, and Superman didn't. And that's a fascinating parallel in that sense. So I love it so much. You get to see, man, it's awesome. So that's my number 1, Injustice.
I love that. My number one is Justice. So not Injustice, but just Justice. Alex Ross, again, illustrator extraordinaire, put this particular miniseries out, or limited series, I should say, back in, I think it was 2005. Yeah, 2005 through 2007. Co-wrote with Jim Kruger. And it's essentially boils down to your classic Justice League against your classic poor Legion of Doom. And they're duking it out to the death. And the art throughout is extraordinary. The heroes get put through the absolute ringer in order to have a chance against the Legion of Doom, who, in a rare twist, actually collaborate well with each other and have a legit opportunity to win if they can just not botch it. And so the conflict, the stakes are high, the art is tremendous, the story is strong. It's one of my favorite stories just of all time. And again, it's not canon, but it's extremely, extremely accessible to just jump into at any point. It's one of the comics I've probably read and reread the most. So Justice is at the top, my number one. Real quick, there's plenty of alternate storylines that I would like to read, especially on the Marvel side. So like 1872, which is a Secret Wars spinoff. Sounds like a blast. Marvel 1602, essentially the Avengers in Shakespearean times.
Old Man Logan
Sounds
for
great.
me.
Yes, Old Man Logan.
Days of Future Past.
Yep. There's even some like House of M, which
House of M would be really good.
But there's House of M like spin-offs that kind of flesh out that world that I think would be a real treat to get into as well. So a lot of great alternate takes out there. There's like the DC Comics did Earth 1 for a while. That was a take with different characters, Superman, Wonder Woman, Batman. The Superman Earth 1 run was really, really neat. The others, a little bit of this.
Probably the Dark Knights.
Yep.
And essentially just their one-off stories were really good.
Yep, exactly.
For those alternate universe Bruce Waynes.
Yep.
So yeah, no, there's
a lot of fun takes.
Look, alternate Ultimate Spider-Man.
Oh, geez.
The original Ultimate Spider-Man, not the new one. I've heard only good things.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, there's a lot of good stuff out there, man.